Hi everyone, my name is Jeanette Hamilton. I'm actually about to graduate in 2 weeks with an interdisciplinary studies bachelor's degree with a concentration on education and a minor in psychology. Today in my video, I would like to demonstrate how I'm going to implement the two into a career choice that I choose, whatever path I decide to go. I'm actually implementing the two now as we speak in my career. I'm currently a kindergarten through second grade teacher. I teach at a private school that's designed for kids with learning disabilities and learning difficulties, such as kids who have special needs and need that differentiated instruction and need that one-on-one, because normally public schools don't really give them the one-on-one that they need. So this is a perfect school designed for students just like that. So I want to start by saying that I only have 5 students in my class. And I know you hear that and you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, 5 students, how easy. And let me stop you right there. It's not that easy. My 5 students are not your typical 5 students. My 5 students, I feel like I have 15 students sometimes, just because of how they're all so individualized and how much individual attention each one needs. They're all in different grades. They're all on different academic levels. They're all on different emotional behavioral levels. It's just all different escalades with these kids. So what I want to share with you is this is where the education comes into play. I actually have to make 5 different lesson plans for each one of my students. Usually in a public school, you have your class of 20, 25 students. Teacher makes a lesson plan for the class for the week. Boom, that's it. Well, for me, every Sunday I spend my time, I'm going to show you right here. I know you can't really see the fine print right now. I'll bring it closer in a little bit, but I want to show you. I actually have 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was part of the second one. 3, 4. Sorry, pages are stuck together. And 5. So I have 5 different lesson plans for each different student. I actually have a kindergarten, I actually have a kindergarten student, 2 first grade students, 1 second grade student, and a 4th grade student. The 4th grade student technically isn't supposed to be in my class just because I only teach kindergarten through second, but he is not ready for the next class up just because of his behavioral issues, and academic-wise, he's about kindergarten first grade level when it comes to reading and math. So he actually does really great in my class. So I want to start by showing you, so the way I set up my lesson plan, there's different ways teachers do lesson plans. On mine, I have, sorry, I'm trying to get it to where you can at least see a little bit. Break it up by topics. So this is for this week coming up. I have language arts, PE, math, art and music. As you can see, I left it blank just because that is when my kids go to either art or music. That's my prep time, so I don't have them during that part of the day. Then we have social studies and science. And then this covers it for the whole entire week. So I have different activities for each student. Not each student is doing the exact same thing just because they're on different levels. So let me take this student, for example. Connor Fletcher. He is one of my first graders. And as you can see, what we're going to be doing Monday is he's going to be working on Starfall. He is going to be reviewing his sight words. He's going to be writing his sight words, and he's going to do some reading comprehension. So if you compare this to one of my other students, you're going to see it's completely different what they're going to be doing. So let me take Antoinette, for example. She is my second grader. She's actually nonverbal, so you can imagine it's very hard for me to communicate with her and for me to know what she knows and doesn't know. Over the last school year, I've actually learned how to communicate with her, and we communicate very well. She knows how to tell me what she wants. I know what she needs now. She also has a tablet that it helps her. It's like a communication device. She doesn't use it as much, but over time, we have learned to get on a good communication level, me and her. As you can see, sorry, I'm trying to show you for her. For Monday, she's going to be working on Starfall as well. She's going to be working on her ABCs. She's going to be doing some pentagram writing, and then she's going to be doing some penmanship writing with her name. So as you can see, she has a whole different lesson plan as Connor Fletcher. They're working on different things. She's still working on her ABCs because she still doesn't know all of her letters, as opposed to Connor Fletcher, he does know all his letters. So we're already starting to introduce sight words to him. Of course, small sight words, just because he's still trying to put together sounds and stuff. On here for Antoinette, as you can see, I have pentagram writing on there. Pentagram writing is a sheet it'll have a sentence and it's for her to trace. And on the next line, she has to rewrite the sentence and it'll give her dots to at least start the letters. So she knows by looking at the dots, okay, this is what letter it's going to be. Also, by looking at the sentence, she's just copying the sentence, but it helps her to stay in the lines because she has part of her disability. She writes very large. So you give her a piece of writing paper with the lines and you tell her to write her name. She's perfectly capable of writing her name, but she will write it huge. And that is one thing that I focus with this particular student on, is getting it to normal size and to fit it in that small line space that the paper gives us. So same thing goes for math. So like you have Antoinette that she still, since she's nonverbal, I don't know what number she knows. I do flashcards with her. I tell her, show me 5 after I show her 3 different cards. And she'll kind of just guess. I really am not getting from her that she really knows them. But then again, her ABA therapist says that she does know her numbers. So it depends what she can play the game. She can go to her ABA therapist and be like, oh, I know all this. But then she'll come to me as her teacher and be like, oh, I already did this with my ABA therapist. I don't need to show you anything. That's where psychology comes into play. I have to know what she's capable of. And I have to know that sometimes, even though she'll come to me and I work with her and she shows me, no, I don't know this, deep down inside, I really think she does know it, especially after I speak with her ABA therapist. So this is a perfect example of how education and psychology go so well together, especially with her behavioral issues. Her, out of all my 5 students, has the most behavioral issues. She definitely has some meltdowns, and I think it's also part of her communication. She can't communicate with me. So when she gets frustrated, she throws a fit, she throws herself on the ground, she kicks, she bites, she hits. It's pretty extreme. So I have to be able to know how to handle her and handle the other students and not scare them, because sometimes the other students get scared that she has these moments. So I want to go on to one of my other students, who is Addison. She's actually doesn't have any special needs. She just has ADHD. So her focus attention is like, she'll be doing work for like 2 minutes and then something distracts her and she just cannot stay focused. So that is my big thing with her. But she's doing all regular first grade work. She's on level. She's the only student in my class that does this trophies book. It's just a book with a whole bunch of worksheets in it. I know you can't really see the print and stuff, but I just want to give you an idea of, this is the kind of stuff that she does. As you can see, it does say grade 1, so that is for her grade level. There are not anything lower than grade 1 with the trophies. It goes from grade 1 and up. So with the other kids, I cannot use trophies. I use Starfall. As you saw that on Connor Fletcher and Antoinette's lesson plan, that is the program I use for kindergarten through 2nd grade curriculum. So it starts as young as kindergarten, breaking them down the letters, breaking down sight words, starting sight words, and goes all the way up to 2nd grade grammar. So that is what I wanted to share today in my video, is just showing you that I have 5 different students that all require differentiated instruction, which is important to know in education and psychology as well. My plan after getting this bachelor's is to actually go into administration. I want to be a director of a school. Before I was a kindergarten teacher, I was actually the assistant director of the preschool that's connected to the private school I'm working at now. And now this is my first school year teaching, and I enjoy it, but I also enjoy working in administration as well. The nice thing with this degree is it's going to open up my options, just because I have that education aspect and I have the psychology aspect, both in which are huge that props that go together, I believe. So I have a lot of options to choose. I just don't know if I still want to continue teaching or if I want to go the administration route. So that is something that will fall into place as the school year ends and I decide where I want to go from here. But I just wanted to share with you also that we have these little brain paths. I don't know if you've ever seen these. This has a lot to do with psychology as well, just because it does work with their brain stream. It helps to stimulate their brain. So what it is especially for my kids who, like Antoinette, when she has a moment and she needs a time to focus and calm down, I can give her this, and I know it's hard to see through the camera, but she can just sit there and feel the lines and trace them and follow them. It does take some time, but as you can see, since it does take time, it'll give you time to calm down. It works really well for her. Some of my other students, they're not a big fan of it, but you have this one and you have the smaller one that it's just a big old square. So I just wanted to share these with you. These are great to have in the education field. It's my first year teaching, like I said, so I thought these were wonderful tools and resources to have in my classroom. I think that about does it, but this is me again, Jeanette Hamilton, sharing with you how I'm going to implement both of these majors into my career, whatever given career that may be. So again, thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.